not Gustavo. What's that dude name? Hey, somebody drop in the chat. They know who I'm talking about. The one that was moving in the underground. Let me get him pulled up, right? Damn, what the hell just happened?
You were just in there.
Yeah, I'm like right here. I got it right here. Boom. I got a bigger hard drive on the way, so I'm gonna have this all neater. So and I'm gonna have all your folders, every class we do saved up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, okay, where is it at? Boom, I got them right here. Oh yeah.
So Emilio Zapata.
Chapo, yeah, Chapo, that's his name. Chapo. He look like El Chapo.
No, he don't look like El Chapo.
Yeah, darker though. You know, he got the black. He got some black in him or whatever. A dark skin.
Well, he was probably about my complexion. But listen, his name Emilio Zapata. We need to know about him.
Okay, go ahead.
Emilio Zapata was the freedom fighter that influenced Che Guevara. He influenced, well, he told Pablo Escobar what to do. Not Pablo Escobar, the famous Mexican
Pancho Villa.
Pancho Villa. This who gave him orders.
Okay.
Pancho Villa didn't like him. But the people knew that this man right here was the one with the solution to the national problem. So he got sold out by Pancho Villa for a movie career. Right. So Pancho Villa was flirting with the president of Mexico, trying to fight for liberation. And they came to him first. So they wanted him to give them Pancho Villa, and he wouldn't give them shit. Because he's looking at Pancho Villa as a valuable asset to the liberation of the people. Right. So Pancho Villa not looking at it the same way as Emilio. He's looking for self-aggrandizement. He want to be a celebrity. So when he that's what ended up getting him hit by the military, because Pablo was, I mean, not Pablo, I keep calling him Pablo, but he was willing to negotiate with the El Politico, the political figures of the country that was setting up a legal fiction. Emilio Zapata was against it. Now, the thing about this, put in, go back to the search engine, because the Zapatista, Zappatista,
all together.
Yep.
Right here.
And Panthers. This was an alliance made coming from Tupac.
This black flag with the red flag.
No. What it's gonna be, it's gonna say Zapatista, and it's gonna say Panthers, one union. It's gonna have both of their logos gonna be tied together.
You see this book right here?
I don't see it.
Okay. You don't see it on here at all. Okay, all right, let's try that. Oh shit, that's okay. I see what's going on. Hold up. Let's try that. Okay, this might be.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, let me save it and blow it up for you real quick. Where is it? Yeah, I ain't even never seen nothing like this. This is my first time seeing this. The Mexicans and the Panthers going in. That's kind of like
you gotta realize these Tupac people,
Mongolians.
Both lands is Tupac relatives.
Go ahead.
See what they say, Zampantera?
Yeah.
Negra?
Yeah.
Right. So Zapatismo, Black Panther Party. Right? Scroll down to the bottom. You see that handshake?
Yeah. 2000.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when they made the treaty together to get the imposters off the land.
It's fire.
So you need to know this stuff so y'all know that when I be telling y'all, we've been working behind the scenes trying to get this shit unified at the top so we can tell the grassroots what's going on. Hey, now I'm telling the grassroots and I'm showing the receipts.
After that modern calendar date they come out with, the November 2012 thing, when it says that the world gonna end, it's really.
I think it was one day before the discovery of the Higgs boson. I think it was like in December 20-something.
Okay, I know there was somebody was saying in 2012. They would say, "Oh, it's gonna happen in 2012." Yeah,
Well, that was the Mayan calendar came to an end to close the age out.
Uh-huh.
It just started all over. They talking about what the Mayan calendar gonna do. Y2K ass shit. It just start the fuck over at the close of the age and reset automatic.
That's right. This shit powerful right here, man. I ain't never seen this right here. I ain't even know we was the Black Panthers connected with another family.
You want to know who else they connected with? Put in Weather Underground. Watch these billies.
Okay, let's do it. Weather Underground.
This is why I tell y'all I don't get into that skin-based shit, because these motherfuckers was fighting and going to prison for us, trying to help us out of a condition. They ain't even have to be in our business, but they was out there.
You see the I see the symbol like the W.
Yeah. You see that wanted picture, that wanted poster with the three people?
Yeah,
them was the leaders.
Right here.
Yeah. Them was the leaders. They was all had affiliations with the Black Liberation Army.
Uh-huh.
Right. Then another group we had an allegiance with, I can't think of the name of that motherfucking group. Right. So this was the wanted poster for the Weather Underground. They was leading the underground resistance in the Midwest. They was coming off of a college campus. I don't know if it was the University of Michigan or Michigan State, but they was broadcasting. They had an underground radio station. Back then, instead of hacking onto somebody's social media, you would go and create you a radio station that carries so many blocks, and then you had your little own broadcast. Right, this is what they was doing.
So Malcolm X was doing too. Malcolm X was doing it.
Right, because they understand the power of using the radio back then is like the internet now.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, now, go to
They got a couple more slides too on this thing too. You ain't go over like these like I don't know if it's like you going to go over these or not. Like
yeah, because these is castles they converted into prisons. This is where we was going next, because how do you hide a castle from the people who belong in the castle?
Right, turn it into a prison. That make a lot of sense.
Turn it into a prison. This is a castle that was converted into a prison in 1866.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, let's go. Keep going. You might as well go in a row. This is Marquette Prison in upstate Michigan, right? This is supposed to have been built in the 1800s, but you can clearly see that this is around 1300s architecture. The only thing is new is the shingles. They used to be on the top ceramic roof tiles.
Yeah, you can
see they took the ceramic roof tiles off, and then they put modernized roofing on here. Probably had leaks or something because it's old as hell.
Yeah, you can tell the brick style the style of how they laid the bricks. If you study architect, you can tell it's like at least between 13 and 1400s.
Okay, let's look at the next one.
All right.
So they turning our prisons in jail. So what do you think they got in store for the royalty on the land?
Right.
Which prison? Okay, which prison? Joliet Correctional Facility. This is a prison, and it was a castle. You could tell it's clearly a castle.
Yeah.
But they converted it into a prison. Joliet Correctional Facility. Go to the next
one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure which one this is. But this is another one of the castles they converted into a prison.
That's a big ass castle.
It's a big ass prison.
Damn.
Everything we built for good, they use for our demise. We got to use.
And that's in Philadelphia.
That's
like our stronghold. This was a stronghold for the Moors.
No, fuck the Moors ain't got nothing to do with this. What we talking about now? But wasn't no such thing as a Moor when this was going on.
Okay. So when we built this, around the time we built it, It's okay. We can say natives. We can say natives for people don't like the word.
Yeah, because that's who built this shit. That's why it's no records and no slaves building none of these castles.
Yeah, yeah. This right here shit is real old, man. You can't tell me this shit ain't at least.
That's why it's conveniently look. They conveniently keep saying everything is built in the early 1900s after slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's no record of a workforce the size it would require building this village. They would have a whole village nearby.
Yeah. Yeah.
This shit old as hell.
This shit
okay, let's go to the next one.
At least 1200s. Okay. I think that was the last one. Besides the ones that I had already had for you laid out. This prison. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. All right. So, like, could you break down the prison that Baba and Larry Hoover them at? Because it's built like some kind of the Florence. See how it's built like a triangle? Mm-hmm. It's got to be some kind of alchemy. And then they underground and shit.
Listen, I tried to go there in the Astros, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the most dark and gloomiest shit you can imagine. I couldn't even get through the conjure they got around that motherfucker. And it's all dark.
Yeah, this shit is deep right here. There's two triangles. Actually, they got 3 pyramids shaped right here.
Yeah, most of the modern prisons is built like an X, look like an X from the air.
Uh-huh.
Right. Pull up Ionia Bellamy Creek.
All right, spell that for me.
IoniA. New word. Bellamy. There you go.
I got it right there. All right, let me save this. Oh yeah, you finna. Hey, you going in, brother? Hey, y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. We're gonna show you brother some love. We drop his cash app in the links every 5 minutes.
These modern prisons like this one finna show you was designed to be able to drop bombs from the air and know exactly where you hit.
What? Hold on, let me pull that joint up, man. Oh, I just hit it right here. Here we go.
See all of them,
like
the ones shaped like a Y?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those is what you call the dorms. That's where the inmates sleep at.
It's damn sure some kind of alchemy going on there, bro.
You can see it.
They got 4 Ys in an octagon, and they got like a circle in the middle. It's there. It's automatic alchemy when you start drawing pentagrams. I mean, when you start drawing like your rulings. These are rulings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Listen to the word. What they trying to do to the people in there?
Ruin them.
Yep.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Look at this shit. And it might be some sexual type alchemy too. The way it's shaped, like with the Y, you know, the Y chromosome. That's the male chromosome. The Y.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like some kind of This right here is deep, right here, man. I'm about to look at this.
That's so they know which buildings are hit from the sky, though.
That's right. They hit the building with the Y. Hit the Y buildings.
Yeah.
Because that's where the inmates sit. So then, I don't want to say it because they don't want to say that, but I caught what you just said though.
So when they lock all the inmates up, you see the square buildings.
Yeah,
that's where the officer's supposed to report to. So in the national crisis, where they have to get rid of the inmate population, they sound the alarm for emergency count, lock all of the inmates in, and then all of the officers will be seen running into the square buildings. And then not long after that, that's when they come through for their airstrike.
And they can run right here in this area right here.
That's for a heliport.
Oh, okay. To get them out of there.
Well, yeah, it depends on what they want to do with them. They go back after the bombing and get survivors. They helivac them to wherever they're going to imprison them after that. But that was an old plan that was scrapped under this new incoming system. Okay, now.
Oh yeah, what about Alcatraz, man? I got that one up there too for you.
Pull it up. Let's look at Alcatraz. Alcatraz is obviously a castle off the coast off the bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, let me get a better picture. Oh yeah. It's definitely a castle, man. I got a whole bunch of them up here too. These castles that's turning into prisons.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Alcatraz right here. Yeah, you can tell that was a fort. It was a fort.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said they made turned the military base into a prison. But you got to remember, they're still old as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So they might say it was a military base, but when did it become the military base is the question.
Yeah,
because it was probably one of our castles, and we probably had this one where we boat across. When we went to war, we took our whole family, dropped kids off in the South. When we say drop the kids off in the South, we mean from the Texas, Louisiana border all the way into Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we was dropping kids off with Big Mama. That's why all of the plantations had all of the different mixes of kids, because we was coming from all tribes. Right. So this is how they filtered us out and merged in the Mongolian Hun hybrids that they had, and they was using the servants and passed them off as us to sign treaties.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense now. That make a lot of sense.
Right. So
like all of us.
Lois and Clark is going to assess the lay of the land. We gotta remember, they went on that expedition because of the Louisiana Purchase. When they get to Louisiana Purchase, they get a land report from the French. From the French land report, they know that all of the people from the land went southeast. We going to fight guerrilla wars.
Oh, see, I didn't even make that connection, but that's what they do in piracy.
Right. Now, this is also being told to us in the public domain with an Admiralty flag.
The
Admiralty flag is, right. The Admiralty flag staked on the land under salvage law of the high seas to pillage the people on the land. Whose idea was it? It had to be a pirate.
Who was the best pirates?
The conquistadors.
And who are they? I'm trying because they in the comments dropping who it is.
Conquistadors is blackamoors and Tawny Moors, right? The Tawny Moors is the figurehead, the front of the blackamoors. The blackamoors don't want to be seen, so they put the Tawny Moors up to do their dirt because they relatives.
Yeah, because Moors is the one who showed them how to get over here.
Now, when you go back to Cortez, what's the first thing Cortez did when he got to South America? Start killing motherfuckers, right? Out the gate, that's an open declaration of war.
Yeah.
Who ended the war?
They did.
Where you find that at? You read anywhere where somebody ended the war?
Nah, they ain't said it ended.
Nobody said it ended. The contract was predicated up on the ceasefire.
Yo, okay. Now that's starting to click. Okay, so you keep going.
So now you have to go to something called the Paris Accord. The Paris Accord is known in the Moorish community as a treaty of peace and friendship. And if you look at the Paris Accord and the motivator for it, what motivated it? It was a ceasefire agreement because the British was robbing the Moors on the high seas when they was returning with wealth that they had captured over here.
Oh, wow.
In turn, the Moors, the conquistadors, was robbing the ships of the British when they got done robbing the other Moors.
Wow.
Right? All this is in the paperwork. This is actually the backstory. They were fighting each other, and they fought to a stalemate. And when you had a stalemate, in order to start over with a new chess game, you both have to see the game is over. Now we got to start with a fresh game. The fresh game is the new contract. The new contract is an agreement between the British and Crown and a corporation called Al Marak. The corporation known as Al Marak headquarters was in a city called Fez. Fez is the capital, or one of the major cities, I should say, of modern day Morocco. But modern day Morocco wasn't Morocco before the 50s. What was it? It was grouped in with Tunisia and I think Algeria or Algiers as what they call Al-Maghrib. Right? The problem that they have, they already got kicked out of Africa. Now Europe is kicking them out of Europe. They need somewhere to go. Right? Now, their offspring can be seen. Tip or tip. Prime example. Right? You can look at his history, because the Arabs is the initiators of the transatlantic slave trade in the sacking of African villages to get what they called black labor. They called it black labor because anybody that's classified as a slave mean they have a debt. And debt equals slavery equals death. So you become blackened by being captured under the rules of war.
Yeah, and yeah, I keep telling people we were prisoners of war. The Indians were just prisoners of war. They couldn't have killed all.
Right. So the whole time since 1492 to 2012, we've been in a perpetual state of warlock. When you locked in war, you don't have access to your wealth. So they created the fiat to put levies and liens against the estate of the POWs,
right?
Under the idea that they're never going to realize that they are the actual heirs to the estates that we are holding hostage. They're not going to realize that. And at the close of the age, had they not come to the realization that this they shit, they forfeit for lack of a claim. Right? Because at the close of the contract, all debts is due in the following Jubilee year, 2022.
Now, is the go around with that is the fact that they didn't give proper disclosure, or would you say they gave disclosure? We were just looking in the wrong places for the disclosure.
They've been telling us the whole time exactly what they was doing to us, but it was coded. We didn't know how to read the code, and that's why they had to make sure that they constantly reiterate ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you don't know the code, nigga, go learn it.
That's what they didn't want us reading.
Right. Now, the other reason they didn't want us reading is because if we ever figure out what a legal dictionary is, a medical dictionary, and an etymology dictionary, we are going to have the blueprint to unlocking the entire puzzle. Right? So when the leadership that's organic to the land is held in indisposed, that means that they can't walk the land as free men and exercise their jurisdiction. Right? If they can't exercise the jurisdiction, they have to call forth the next available chief to look at the problem and see if he can figure it out. Hey man, I need you to come over here and look over this legal work because I'm seeing something, but I can't quite make out what I'm looking at. Right? So then we go through a series of passing the problem around to different chiefs. This goes back to Noble Drew Ali saying in the Oral Statements and Prophecies, I'm going to leave these people in power long enough for y'all to learn how to run a government. When you understand in the legalese, the deceptive language of legalese, and how it is cross-referenced with etymology, and how it is also cross-referenced with medicalese, you cross these languages, and then you unlock the colloquial language, the common language. In this case, is American English. If we was in London, it would be the Queen's English. It's a different English, but they both English.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, we don't just, the authority on what we call colloquial modern English is Noah Webster's dictionary. That's the authority. The authority for the Queen's English is the Oxford University Dictionary. Right? And the Hans Word Dictionary of Etymology is the encyclopedic dictionary set that they never want you to get your hands on. That's, now you look at the price of the book. Is that the
one that's crazy? Yeah, that's the one that's crazy expensive.
Yeah. When you look at the price of the books, anything that will accelerate our learning and seeing the problem is priced out of our reach. We can't afford that money. Right? The average person don't have the time because they keep us occupied with trifles, with trivials, and they keep us emotionally masturbated for the ones that's righteous enough to stand up to the enemy. They gave us something called religion. So Noble Drew Ali wrote in the Circle 7 about a religious controversy. So that was my warning not to get into religious controversy with anybody, because it's dogma. Which takes me to Albert Pike. Albert Pike is the one who generated the dogma for the Red Lodge, Scottish Rite, 32 Degrees, Honorary 33rd, masquerading as the founding father that we call George Washington. The real George Washington was born in Barbados.
I was gonna say,
the fraud is allegedly born either in Virginia or France, depending on which angle they want to send you on. He's born in both places according to their records. In France, they called him Adam Weishaupt. You know him as the founder of the Bavarian Illuminati. But when he's over here, we call him Albert Pike. Now, the pike is a fish. Right? This is a code. Because they told, the so-called Christ told his disciples, I will make you fisher of men.
Right.
In order to catch fish, you need hooks. So King James said, watch the letter J. Because it used to be straight. Now it's got a hook.
Now it's got a hook.
The funny thing about it is James is iones in its original form, Latin, but when you translate it into English, it becomes James, but the definition of it in the original language is fish.
Wow.
It's also the same James Jones, which is Jonas or Jonas. Jonas is like saying more than one fish. It's a plural. Right? So when you start looking at these things, you're like, wait. This is not right. This is incorrect. So then he'll say, hey, I'm going to call a couple of my brothers over here and see if they see what I'm looking at. Because this can't be what I'm looking at, because if this is what I'm looking at, it's telling me a particular direction that somebody is coming at us. It's a warning.
Right.
Right? The side effect of the religious controversy is another chapter called misery. Misery is the thing that keeps us from seeking the liberation. Because we would rather be comfortable under control of somebody else than to be temporarily uncomfortable to be under our own control.
And having to fend for ourselves.
Right. Right. So now we face with the dilemma. Upset the peace to establish justice and be uncomfortable for a period of time in order to give your descendants eternal comfort. Or go along to get along and wait till it fall apart and hope that you get something out the deal. Them the only two positions. So from what I was looking at, I said, if I make the claims, all I got to do then is start having the different chiefs on the land come look at this. Hey, the contract is up. Now, the only way this contract not up is two ways. They held up every part of the agreement, which we know they never held up a single part. We can't find a treaty that's ever been honored because all of them is in litigation as we speak. It wouldn't be in litigation had they been honored.
Right.
So now that give us what we call superior claim on the contract. The only problem is we have to figure out how do we apply superior jurisdiction in order to secure a superior claim. We have to follow the laws of nature and go back to our original culture. They gave us a remedy in their system during the life of the contract. But when the contract expired, the remedy expires with it. So they never honored it, which means that I can close the contract out at any time I become aware in my life that the contract is predicated up on fraud, deception, and the theft of the wealth of the nations, and that the intentions is never to honor the contract. The last one, the intention to never honor the contract, becomes self-evident. That means it presents its own self as evidence based off consistent actions from the occupier to never honor a single contract. If they've never honored one, they continuously make them, they never honor them, but they always hold us to them. That means that they never had any intentions of honoring any other contracts. Right? It proves itself. You don't have to prove it.
Right.
Show me the contract they upheld. Right? Nobody never foreclosed on the first contract, Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Right? Now, this is what's upsetting to the Moors that didn't understand what me and Taj was talking about completely. Because Noble Drew Ali the contract was in 100% effect. So he gave us both the remedy and the solution at the same time. Right?
He's the one that was teaching everybody about the 1099s, right? I'm not saying it was him, but